Roblox is a vast online sandbox game played by millions daily. The game consists of games where you play as a pizza worker, or roleplay in a high school, or even break out of jail. These all sound like fun experiences for the younger audience until you reach the horror aspect of Roblox. Games such as The Door, The Mimic, or Evelyn are actually pretty terrifying. But it's Roblox. How could it possibly be scary? Well, it's just like any other horror game. Kind of. The ambience, lighting, sound, or gameplay, it's all the same, right? No and yes. With Roblox, it's a sandbox. The ideas are endless. You can create just a scary game with no plot, or a fully planned out story mode. But whatever it is, Roblox is made for everyone. Maybe it is. I really don't know. Roblox is all over the place. But not the point. We will look at where the beginning of horror started in Roblox and different factors such as why is it scary? How did it get popular? Is it still made for kids? In 2006, Roblox games weren't common for horror, but mainly for battle or just showing their creations. There was a series called Brick Battle on Roblox, and a map called Haunted Mansion was released. Yeah, we know it wasn't scary, but
oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell.
This, quote, small game at the time needed to start somewhere. It wasn't until 2007 that a creator named Spirit made a game called Torture Chamber, which had a bunch of scary photos all around the room. There was lore and creepypastas behind this game, but that's a long story we're not going to get into. Fast forward to the early years of 2010 and 2011, when horror in Roblox was roughly the same. They had improved as they were all a walkthrough of some sort of scary or abandoned building and had some sort of jump scare ending. This was copy and pasted for each other for the longest time. It wasn't until 2013, which was actually a huge year for horror video games such as Amnesia, Outlast, Slenderman, Dead Island, and Eyes. These games were taken by Roblox to rip off many of the ones I just listed and use their icons in the games, such as Slenderman or Jeff the Killer, for example. I can go on forever about just every single game that built up to horror, but I have a YouTuber in the description down below named Toasted Cherries. He goes into a full timeline about this, and appreciate him for helping me with this, actually. But what I really want to focus on is the 2019 era of Roblox horror, where they take on a psychological and actual horror within the real world and become an impact for Roblox. The Mirror is a psychological horror game based off of a mirror and an illusion you see in the mirror. It's of yourself, but it's disfiguring and it doesn't like you. But think about this. If your 9-year-old self was told if you stared into a mirror long enough, you'll start seeing illusions, I'd personally be quite terrified. This is when the game started turning into a more adult or teen aspect of horror. As stated, Roblox is meant for 13 plus, but everyone knows 6 to 7 year old iPad kids are playing this game on full volume at an Applebee's right now.
Can I have cheeseburger, please? Cheeseburger.
This does now lead the question, is this horror safe for kids? Now, I'm not going to be the one to judge an adult for whatever their kid plays. I mean, I was once a curiously weird kid growing up. But now this new wave of horror games are actually quite terrifying and are not the same as what we had when we were growing up. I mean, yeah, we had like murderous people with like knives and blood, but still, from my previous video talking about analog horror, Roblox does implement this pretty well, and it turns out this genre of horror is starting to become pretty beyond popular. Games such as The Mimic, a chapter-based horror game with villains based on Japanese folk legends like Kinyoturo or Netamu. If you watch these gameplays, it's actually pretty intense. For some portions of the game, it's pretty fast-paced, and this is what can build up fear in a lot of players, especially immature kids. Well, I think this can be implied for any game, but especially for Roblox. A lot of content creators like Flamingo or Creekcraft want a feel of a horror game. They want something everyone can enjoy, and that's why they make content creating. Just like me, we review stuff and we kind of want it a specific way. Either the feeling of it being an old indie game like The Doors, or the feeling of a storyline such as the game Camping. They all include the following: the unexpected, having a threat looming around, the correct use of lighting, jump scares, obviously, and many more. They all have this pattern that can be copied, but it works for everything that has been made on Roblox. The rabbit hole for Roblox will continue till the end of time, until the game gets bought up by Donald Trump in 2028. But whatever it is, Roblox will continue to be a thriving, successful sandbox game for who knows how long. And I just want to say that every game that I have covered in Roblox, I have personally played myself and have enjoyed a decent amount of them. And what scares me personally out of all these games is just the unknown. Every game is going to be different, and it's just so scary to me to find out if it's either going to be a tall black scary figure chasing me, or if it's going to be an eyeball following me around, or a clown, or a Japanese lady with scary long hair who's shaped like a worm. See, if you went back to 2012, all those words I just said right now would have just been like, what the hell are you talking about? But now that's just like, holy shit, that is actually terrifying. But whatever it is, Roblox is genuinely still a fun game. It can be scary or can't be scary, to each its own. But I have been fortunate, and I hope you enjoyed me talking about more of the deeper parts of Roblox horror games.